Hey guys, it's Junior. Welcome back to my channel here at Horsepower Warehouse. Before I get into today's content, I just wanted to thank you guys. Last year, 2.2 million minutes of watch time. That is nothing to frown at. Thank you guys so much. Today's content has been brought by viewers like you. We are going to jump right into the split window. We're gonna walk past this beautiful 64 chassis. We'll get to this. We'll also get to this bad mammer jammer right here. We will cover this. We're not even going to talk about this split window because this was the thumbnail for today's video. We found a lot of secret stuff going on, a lot of secret squirreling on this split. So let's take a dive in. First and foremost, you'll notice some additional holes in the body here, and corresponding ugliness on the chassis to match. This is where a roll bar was previously in this car. So that's pretty interesting. We also found some additional plates welded onto the chassis here where they just further reinforced the seat belt mounting brackets. Again, kind of going with the racing theme here. Keeping up with that, we also noticed that we have a additional cutout here in the transmission. All right, so it looks like they had a bigger shifter. Going further into the chassis and the cross member here, you can see how this bad boy has been completely hogged out. And I'm gonna go ahead and light up the, I don't know if you guys can see all the strings in there. Probably not. This is the limitations of working with a camera. But boy howdy, there is an absolute nest inside there of welding wire. So it looks like this has all been completely cut. At some point they had a different transmission in it. I'm not sure exactly what, but yeah. So this chassis has had a little bit of work done to it. Those things are not a major concern to me. It's not a rusted out chassis. I can of course replace this cross member completely and make it look like factory. That's probably not my biggest concern with this. My biggest concern is moving forward to where the radiator support actually mounts. And you can see these ears. I'm going to show you this chassis. Let's see, I'm going to look through my camera. You see how bowed out that channel is? And the same on this side. So not only are they not parallel to each other, but they aren't square. So I'm going to show you that. Let's zoom on over here to my customer's 63 rotisserie chassis so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is how the front should look. Do you guys see how nice and square that is? So, I mean, just a completely different shape going on here. That's probably going to be the biggest issue for me on this car. I'm very much considering just going with a new chassis now at this point because of this. This car was bumped in the front. There's no doubt about it. Hard enough that it bowed the horns out on the chassis, so kind of a bummer. But the good news is that the body is in really good shape. There's a lot of silliness going on when they built the car, like they didn't bother to remove the braces for the bumper underneath when they painted it. So there was, gold paint on the braces, and then you can see the halo where the paint never stuck, and so on and so forth. I mean, a lot of just kind of subpar work. I'm not gonna, really critique this car because it's a gorgeous 63 coupe, and when I'm done it's going to be absolutely fantastic. But man, wasn't that interesting to see they had a roll bar in there. This car was raced, and I like that. I'm a racer myself, so I definitely have some appreciation. Someone used this thing on a track, and yeah, I like the I like to visualize this. So from here on forth, this one will be deemed the split window race car. I like to give my cars all kind of signifying names here. Sean has been working on these two. We've got a lot scraped out on the inside of this one. And we are working on the bottom as well, just kind of cleaning, clearing, and prepping. So we can go down onto this chassis. I want to show you guys this color real quick. Here's a 67. Isn't that cool? It's not correct, I know, but man, just a really neat color on this car. I appreciate it. This gentleman brought it in just for a once over. He wanted me to look at it. I gave him a whole bunch of options. It had some overheating issues and some other issues going on, but yeah, there's the before. We haven't really decided on the game plan here yet, but just a really beautiful 67 side pipe. Yeah, nice. 85 Laredo. I don't only do Corvettes, guys. I know I'm kind of putting myself out there as a Corvette only shop, but I've built everything. I've done a lot of resto mods. I've done just Pintos and everything. Here is a 85 Laredo. Gentleman wanted me to kind of quote him for a bunch of updates and upgrades. Sean is our in-house Jeep expert. I mean, he's done literally hundreds of these, CJ5s, 7s, so on and so forth. So I looked for his guidance and how we can update this one, make it a really, really great driver for him and his family, and do a whole host of upgrades as well. So maybe future content coming on that one. Here's the chassis for the rotisserie car. Absolutely fantastic. You'll notice we have Borgeson steering. You'll notice the dual brake lines there because we are indeed going with a power brake setup with a dual reservoir master cylinder. This car is going to have all the goodies. I want these people to be able to enjoy this car, basically pass the keys off from person to person and everyone be able to drive it and enjoy it. I know it says 300 horse on the valve cover there, but there might be some trickery going on in this engine. It might be a little bit spicier than the standard stock 300 horse. I'm not going to reveal any secrets that the owner may not want me to reveal, but it's got a little spice in there. And I do that to every one of my motors. I'm never content with just factory unless my customer specifies junior. It has to be NCRS or Bloomington level. Then, you know, I don't deviate from the norm, but I like to improve my cars. This car has a host of improvements, as does this one, my 64 chassis. Again, just absolutely came out fantastic. You'll notice another Borgeson steering. Borgeson all around. This one's getting a Borgeson as well. White car is getting a Borgeson. That's the kit to go to nowadays, I guess. I say I guess. I suggested that to these people and they heeded my suggestions. It's a wonderful kit. It's just arguably the same price as doing a complete factory kit, and you just get the upgraded box and better steering feel and so on and so forth. I'm not going to judge you if you don't like it, but you know, I like to offer my customers what I feel is a better option. This thing is gorgeous. Really like it. And again, this Legend has it. It may have a little spicier of a cam than what would have factory come. Obviously, this is the higher horsepower variant with the bigger exhaust manifolds, the Winters aluminum manifold. It's going to have a Hawley 4-barrel. You can see we're still kind of working on the body here. I have been calling my 66 coupe a 65 in the last couple of videos when I was talking about it. I was waiting for someone to call me out here. No one did, but 65s, by the way, guys, will have the Astro ventilation vents behind the doors there. And also, I was specific not to show the hood because I thought the hood insignia would be like a dead giveaway to you guys. But yeah, my 66 is coming together as well. Another 66 that is just, this thing is coming out absolutely gorgeous. I love this car. It's, man. I'll just give you a little sneak peek. This demands its own content, right? Because the car is coming out just so fantastic. and I promised myself and everyone else that, you know, I would do content with this as I go along. So we're gonna hold off on that. Why is my 69 Camaro here? By the way, I did not do the rear end. This is a 2010-ish Challenger rear end conversion that was done previously to when the gentleman bought this car. When it goes through the paint process, we are going to convert it back to an RS rear end. I did the rest of the build, all of the drivetrain. I did the custom interior, so on and so forth. This car is absolutely a bad mammer of jam. It is a Mass Motorsports LS3 with all of the goodies, Ride Tech Stage 3 remote coilover suspension, just the real goodies. Even went so far as to let me build the fuel system to my specs, so we went with an all Aeromotive stealth system, so it's not loud. This thing is absolutely rocking. It is here because we are upgrading the computer system. Now, why would I need to update a computer system on a complete crate engine? Well, the Mast M90 computer that came with this car is a great setup, but the issue is if you can't find a tuner to actually tune it, then how great is the computer? If it's got full adjustability, but no one can hook up their laptop to it and actually run their program. Now, HP Tuners, Holley, Haltech, those are all really big name, and anyone that is a tuner can run all three of those systems probably very, very easily. They all kind of tune the same. When you deviate from that norm, that's when you get into tuning problems. This is going to a Holley Terminator X setup. Now, this is a really, really spicy, completely Mass Motorsports built LS3 with all the goodies. I'm going to fire it up with for you guys. It's cold, but let me show you how this works. So let's slide in. I've got the keyless, so I'm going to go ahead and hit unlock. You'll notice that it lit up there. I'm going to press it once, press it twice. You saw everything light up. It just primed the fuel pump. And now, if I press the brake pedal down, it flashes. You can see I have the Autometer Elite gauges, so they all kind of light up in different colors. You see I'm a little low on fuel here, that's why it's lit up red. My voltage is good, water is green, it'll turn white once I get into the good range. You can see we have plenty of oil pressure here. Let me go ahead and make sure it's in neutral. This is what happens when you leave Junior in charge of your build, guys. I love this car. It sounds really, really good. That's a Mass Motorsports custom ground billet cam, by the way. They have their Mass Motorsports proprietary heads on it, completely forged engine package. Naturally aspirated, high revving street motor. In order to get much beyond this, you would probably want to go more towards a supercharged or turbocharged application. This is in the mid 600s. We'll see once it goes to the dyno what it's actually putting down to the rear wheels after we do the Terminator X package. Just give it a little bump of the throttle. That was 3,000 RPM. So yeah, that's a spicy meatball right there, guys. So we'll go ahead and hit the lock. You'll see it no longer illuminates, and now it's dead. I really like that RFID package, so no one's walking away with this bad boy with a flathead screwdriver. Yes, man. I'm looking forward to driving this. The reason that I'm going, now it sounds like it's running really, really good right now, and it is. On the deceleration, so if you're going down the road, rolling through the gears, on decel, coming to a stop at a stoplight, we're having a idle air control fluctuation issue. It's going nuts, and to the effect that it'll actually kill the car if you don't bump the throttle once or twice when coming to a stop. It's only under that scenario that this car is doing this. It's not something that I can adjust out with, I have like a $3,600 tablet, an Autel tablet, that does allow me to do some stuff, but not custom programming of the computer. So this is going to need a tune in order to rectify the issue. I really should have, now in Prospect, when I built this motor, by the way guys, it wasn't even an option. They did not sell the Holley Terminator X at that point yet. I built this car about 3 years ago, I want to say at this point. It's just one of those things where it needs to be updated to current standards in order to take it to where it needs to be. I've already got a tuner in line. I'm not going to spoil that. I actually need to get his permission before I even mention his name, because he's kind of a really well-known tuner. I don't want to shoot any content without anyone's permission, but I'm taking it to one of the best in the country for LS tuning. I'm gonna get this sucker. Look at him trying to hide. Ha ha ha. You can't hide from the camera, Sean. Say hi to the people of YouTube. He's like a ghost. All right, can't say I didn't try, guys. But this one, Terminator X, that's gonna be an upcoming content. I really wanna get this car on the road and drive it with you guys, because it drives phenomenal, as you can imagine. Big boy Will Woods up front. Custom centerline billet wheels. Yes, this car is proper. So, man, just a lot going on. Oh, do you guys want to see something that is a relic? Check this out. Classic Cars of Sarasota owner, right? What am I talking about? You'll have to stay tuned to next time. Me and Senior may or may not have sold the business. So anyhow, take care guys. See ya.